podcast to where the seat gets hot. Fuck, where the seat gets hot, but we keep it cool. Whatever. Alright, my name is Caesar. I'll be partly co-hosting this, I guess. Yeah, I am Chonch number. What was it? 8. Yeah, I'm Chonch number 8. Basically, I'm just gonna say it straight out. I'm trying to direct this podcast. Like I said, I'm gonna be part co-hosting, and I'm gonna try to keep this moving on. Yeah, I don't know really much what else to say. Favorite team, Green Bay Packers. Support them, A-Rod. And yeah, I'm just gonna put it to my partner, co-host. If you want to say your name, Mondo.
Mondo.
Safe, yeah, but.
Hello, this is Mondo. First podcast. We'll see how it goes. We have some guest with us.
Well, I don't know if he's a guest. I think he's gonna be permanent. He said he wants to be our producer.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, we have a guest with us.
Introduce
Dallas.
yourself.
Dallas.
You introduce yourself a little more now.
I like to eat. I'm King Chonch. Yeah.
King Chonch.
That's how. That's yeah.
Hey, that's kind of unfair if you think about. Dude, guess because you. That's unfair. Damn it, King Chonch, I guess.
It is. He's the biggest chonch.
I don't know. I mean, if we do ever get Anthony, if we ever get Anthony in here, he can't.
He's Princess Chonch.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Princess.
He got demoted.
He got demoted. Wait. If he got demoted, where was he before?
Queen.
Alright. Alright. So, yeah. Okay, guys. To basically get into it, obviously.
Wait, we missed one.
Wait, did we miss one? Who did we miss?
Oh, never mind.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Look, alright, so pretty much what's happening, guys, pretty much we have another guest star, or I think permanent member. I'm not sure what's gonna happen later on, but if he comes to join in, don't be surprised when you hear another voice, He has PTSD. His name is Skylar. He'll be joining us hopefully later on in this podcast. We'll see. We're just gonna call him, what should we call him? Chonch what? What's his name? What's his name?
Let's not worry about Skylar. Skylar will join us in another podcast. My name is Peter Bartholomew Johnson. You can call me PB and J.
Alright, PB and J.
My favorite sandwich is turkey and ham. And
wait,
that's
turkey and ham.
it, huh?
How do you make turkey and ham? Like, do you put the bread and then turkey and ham, or do you put bread, ham, turkey? Like that's very crucial.
Okay. Imagine being back in kindergarten. You have bread, turkey and ham. Just put that together. It's turkey and ham.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He likes meat
still
on
going
meat.
to the same place.
He likes meat on meat, guys. He likes meat on meat. Alright. Alright. So okay. Obviously, we met everyone. We got Dallas. We got Armando. We got Skylar.
PB and J.
PB and J. My bad. PB and J. Mondo. Dallas, and then me, obviously Caesar. I repeated myself. Who gives a hell? Alright, so pretty much, guys, the first topic I want to get into, I'm going to speak and then following Mondo, Dallas, and then Skylar. So pretty much the first topic, guys, is going to be the coronavirus. Obviously, this whole pandemic thing, it started when someone ate a bat. Apparently, allegedly. That's what everyone's saying. It started because an Asian person ate a bat, and from there on, it just started spreading.
Asian?
What happened with that?
I thought it was Chinese.
Asian is Chinese is Asian. Chinese is Asian. What do you mean? It's in Asia.
It's like saying
Asian.
Japanese and Chinese people.
Japanese,
They're
Asian.
They're
Yeah,
Asian. They live in the continent Asia.
British people and Irish people are European.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you, Mondo?
Yeah, it makes sense now.
No, Eastern people are also
going.
Asian.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me get full control again. Alright, so basically, allegedly, someone ate a bat, and then obviously the virus started spreading. And obviously now it's been quite a few months. It obviously supposedly started 2019, like November, I want to say, and it spreaded and it got way worse. And now we all, like everyone in the U.S., it's becoming a pandemic, and pretty much, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on like how the quarantine thoughts are going, because I know exactly where we are. We're not exactly affected yet, but it does seem likely with cases growing in our area. Ugh, that sounds so ugly. Area. So basically, I just want to get your guys' thoughts. Like, how do you feel about the pandemic, and do you think people are overreacting, reacting the right way? You know, and then how do you feel would be the right like reaction? So Mondo, I'm gonna pass it to you. Go ahead.
I think it's.
You know what, Jim? I'm gonna have to stop you there. So
Okay,
how
let
I
him
think
finish.
about
Let him finish.
I'm
Let him
sorry,
finish.
no, yeah. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's pretty crazy, man. Ever since quarantine, I've gained about 20 pounds.
Okay.
We stocked up on corn dogs and waffles, and I've been eating that, and shitting my brains out every day. It's. You ever seen corn dog?
All right, back to Mondo. Take it serious.
Crazy.
Serious.
Okay, hold
Come on.
on. I think it's that like people are handling it pretty decently.
Like, in which ways? In which ways do you believe?
And like some people say it's being like they're taking it a little too far with how strict everything is getting, and no one wants to do anything. But like, you could I don't know. Like, I guess it's good to stay inside and not really try and spread your germs while this is happening.
I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, that's pretty much what the government's saying. Like trying to keep us all in quarantine, and
This is all just me saying opinions. This is no facts.
Well, I mean, obviously opinions matter. It's not. I mean, obviously there's no right or wrong answer in a
So
sense.
stop it, Jim. Opinions don't matter.
Oh my god! All right.
Exactly.
All right.
I think that everybody buying all the toilet paper is freaking out and dumb as hell.
Yeah, so that's
I don't think anybody's handling it right. Everybody's freaking out, and people
Why is that a
are
bad thing?
having to get cut out. Huh?
Explain why that's bad. Why is it bad that people are freaking out in the way they are?
Okay, well, do people freak out about the flu every year?
Okay.
No, they don't. They don't.
Well, okay.
People
But
freaking
another
out.
thing I want to add to that, to like kind of like converse with that, is that obviously we have vaccine for the flu. We have things that help against the flu. With this virus, they're still testing for a vaccine. I guess that's the reason why. I feel like that's like the core reason.
Well, you know why? There's a vaccine, or there is a vaccine. It's because it's a new disease, and why people freaking out is because there ain't no vaccine, and the only thing the vaccine does is try to get your body used to it, and they don't have you can't get your body used to the corona because it's new, and the media is making it. Well, it is in higher effective rate because it's like when the colonists came over and gave the Indians chicken pox or whatever it was.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you're basically stating why people are afraid right now, because there's a high infection rate and then there's not.
No, people are
But
freaking
then
out
earlier,
because the media's
you started off saying they're not handling correctly. Well,
they're not.
I mean, you
But
just
then
explained.
they
You explained
are.
reasons on why.
Oh yeah, but I mean, okay, yeah.
Well, it's
I mean,
not
that's
even worse.
not-
It's not any worse than the flu. It's
right
it's not,
now. It
has-
is worse
What do you mean right now? It is worse.
because there's no
The
vaccine.
symptoms. I'm talking about the symptoms.
Oh, okay.
Symptoms, yeah.
Okay, be a little
The
more.
symptoms
yeah,
aren't as
that
bad
could-
as the flu.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And it's somewhere. It's in between the common cold and the flu. I know a guy in New York that lost $42,000 last week just because of this coronavirus. It's hurting people's business, hurting people's lifestyles because the media is trying to upsell it and get more views for people to watch the news channel, and that's why they keep covering it and making people nervous, and that's why people are buying all kinds of crap, and that's why all the stocks are going down, places are shutting down.
The only thing I don't like is that freaking like regular daily needs like toilet paper or hands. Like, my mom was having a hard time finding hand soap the other day. Like, hand soap.
Okay, so I was told this. Don't quote me on this, but I was told that the reason why people will stop it in the beginning, the reason why people started stocking up on toilet paper is because we import a lot of our toilet paper from China, and so they wanted to get it before, because China's the coronavirus started to spread even more. We're not going to export. We're not going to import anymore.
Oh,
So
okay.
people wanted to buy more toilet paper, but that was the beginning. After that, monkey see, monkey do. People saw toilet paper. They had no real reason why they didn't. They just bought toilet paper. They didn't have a real reason, or why the fact that they bought toilet paper. They just said, "Oh, he's buying toilet paper. Why I'll buy toilet paper." But it started off
people buying 12 years supply.
It's because we imported.
Yeah,
exactly.
$2,000.
That's what I was explaining. That's what I was explaining.
I know. I was just adding.
No, it's fine. It's fine. What I was explaining is that's exactly what I was explaining. People started off saying, "Oh, we import a lot of our stuff from over there, especially toilet paper," and they wanted to get it before we start running low on the supplies. But now we're running low because people just buy it for who knows what. They just buy it to buy it.
They're scared they might have explosive diarrhea.
I don't think that's a symptom at all.
That's not even a symptom.
It's a fear though. It's a real fear.
it's oh my.
You ever go into Kohl's thinking that they sell toilet paper? That's how desperate I've been.
But another crazy thing.
Somebody tried to steal toilet paper from my work the other day.
Oh yeah, I know you said that. But give more input on that.
Well, they just busted up the little opener thing. They was still toilet paper all over.
You know what? I was thinking about doing the same thing. I think me and my cousin went to a Wendy's and we took some toilet paper. We were desperate, man. We had to do it.
Wait. Just so people understand the reference, Dallas King Chonch works at Wendy's. That's why. We just gotta mention that just for the reference, okay? Just for that reference. But
So now we have a whole bunch of toilet paper.
But the crazy thing is,
Thanks
right?
to Wendy's.
People are selling toilet paper rolls for so much money online. But here's the thing. So you guys know how I mention once in a while my girlfriend's stepdad, right? So he told me that he was on LetGo, the app LetGo, and the person was selling the roll of toilet paper for like $80. And he messaged the guy saying, that's illegal for upselling the product like that. That's like not like it's non-commercial. And the guy texted him back saying, so is blackmailing. But then her stepdad said, I never said I wanted that toilet paper. So he went from $80 all the way down to $4. So he broke him.
He still bought the toilet paper?
No. The stepdad didn't buy the toilet paper. Her stepdad did not buy.
Was he that desperate? He needed one more roll?
No, he didn't buy. The stepdad did not buy it. Someone else bought it for $4. But what I'm saying is, people are going outrageous about this.
Why
it's getting that bad? It's getting that bad.
Why is it that hospitals sell $1? Trying to figure out what is the thing. Not insulin. Sorry, just medication that should be cheap for expensive amount of money, but they don't get yelled at. They actually get more money.
Well, one dude
but
did.
the hospital's going.
Why is it?
That's
they have the license.
They have a license.
They have the license. So if I were to acquire a license,
obviously, if it's a license, that means you're selling it commercially, which is
illegal. Wait, hold on. Do you know the one guy who I forgot his name, but he's some rich dude who was overpricing medication on
I know who
AIDS or something like that.
It was like Shelby or something like that.
I don't know, but he was making a whole bunch of money, and then he got caught, and he's in prison right now.
Well, yeah,
but the only reason I know him is because he bought an unreleased album from the Wu-Tang Clan for like $2 million, and it's the only copy that was. And he has it, and he's in prison right now, meaning that only copy of the Wu-Tang Clan is in the hands of the police department.
Oh, shoot.
Wait, do you guys see the correlation right there? Wu-Tang, Wuhan.
Oh, it probably got
flu.
sold.
So the Wuhan flu started off. Then it's the Wu-Tang Clan. The Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F with. And so the Wuhan flu ain't nothing to F with either.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know you guys
There you
couldn't
go.
see it, but he made me spit out some of my monster. when you said Wuhan flu, I was like, oh
That's
my
what it's
god.
called. You guys keep saying Corona, but was
What happened?
sponsored. Not sponsored.
Oh yeah, keep going. Yeah, don't forget about the sponsor read. Go ahead.
We're not sponsored by Corona, but we'd like to be, even though we're not 21. We at the Corona
is also an option.
we at the company Corona, please advise that you change the name from Corona to Modelo.
Yeah, it's the Modelo virus.
Please, from now on, calling it the Modelo virus, because our stocks and dumb people aren't buying our drinks anymore because apparently it's just a simpler.
You're saying like
simple, it's a similar name.
I
Stocks
saw
are going down, and we need you to stop.
I saw a meme. There was it said the same people who drive on the left lane and are slow and make everybody else go slow are the same people that go up into fries and whatnot, buying all kinds of toilet paper.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but
They weren't taught. They didn't understand the origins. There's always an origin to things.
But it's just okay. But you gotta admit, this is crazy. How it obviously. Let's get more into like the medical field of it. So obviously,
crazy.
the
All
younger
those spring breaks.
the younger you are, obviously the less aggressive it is towards you. So like, what I heard, I'm not sure if this is factual.
That's with any disease,
but,
though.
I know. But what I remember hearing is when you're 40
Cancer?
and over, your chances multiply.
I guess that one.
When
is
your
an exception.
chances double, and then when you're 50 or when you're 60 and over, it doubles again, and then when you're 70, it doubles. When you're 80, like the high fatality rate doubles the higher you are, obviously. But they're saying that, obviously, what? I'm sorry, what was
Trying
that?
to get a high score.
And
get a
so
high score.
the higher,
Double points.
and then the older you are.
The older you are, obviously, the weaker your immune system is. But obviously, there's been tons and I think it's in 6 figures now, right? Where there's been people cured. Like it's in 6 figures now. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on
Yeah.
that. But I'm pretty
Like
sure.
a week ago.
I believe last time I checked, there's 89,000 people.
Oh, so
It
it's
was
almost
recovered.
there. It's almost there in 6 figures. But one story I want to talk about as
6,000
well
deaths.
about into it was
220,000 cases.
220,000 cases. But
With
obviously,
only 6,000 deaths.
the doctors have said it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So that's why But a thing I want to talk about is also like a 19-year-old baby recovered from it. So obviously, like it's not too
Damn.
aggressive to like younger. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you're older,
That baby's
every
gonna grow
virus.
up to be a beast then.
Yeah, like in 19 days.
Was it in
He's gonna be,
Chinese? Was it a
he's gonna be
Chinese
the
baby,
next. He's gonna be the next mountain.
though? Was it a Chinese baby?
I'm not quite. I don't remember. It
You
didn't
just said
say
a
his
baby.
race. It was a
Like, how
19
You said
how did-
19-year-old baby. That's a
How did, no, but
19-year-old baby.
how did a baby get coronavirus?
I think it was in Asia at the time. I believe
In
it probably
Asia.
was. So I'm pretty sure.
I think that I just assume you just said baby, and I would assume any race. So like their parents are just touching microphones everywhere and then touching the baby.
Oh no! Stop! Hold on. We'll get to that next segment. Don't stop talking about that yet. I'll forget. That's the next segment. We're not done yet. Okay? We're almost about 20 minutes in the podcast. We're almost done with the segment. Hold on. Okay. So I just want to get a little bit to the medical field. Obviously, we talked about the ages and all that. But like personally to your own ideals, what do you think, like from seeing all these cases, like do you think overall, like are we really overreacting or are we just doing the right amount?
Yes, overacting for sure.
Now why?
Okay.
Like, these are your final statements
I
on these. Say like your final statements on if and why are we overreacting or why are we not overreacting?
Because coronavirus is by far not the worst disease that we've ever had to deal with.
Okay.
And
Can you get more input on that? Like what was the worst?
well-
What was worse than this?
Black
Well,
plague.
the worst disease known to man is tuberculosis. It's
Oh, yeah.
killed more people than all the wars combined.
I've actually survived tuberculosis.
And yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. I was coughing up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know you did. But
Oh, dang.
if you
There you go. We have a survivor. I'm a
like-
survivor.
that's
Reverb in
that's
the
worse
background.
than this, and nobody's freaking out about that. And that's airborne. You can catch it from the breath.
Fair enough. Okay. Mondo,
one
final
thing-
thoughts?
I recommend Colgate if that's how it's going.
Colgate.
wait, no. Mondo, go first, and then
Oh,
Skylar, you can be right next after him.
Okay, I think it is overreacting, but one thing that I would like to see. So, since everything, there's not a lot of action going on outside with, people walking around or driving their vehicles. Over there in China, the pollution has like cleared up by 30% or something like that.
Everybody's
But-
scared.
But I was thinking like it probably is a far reach, but what if like throughout or every year like the whole world just takes a week off, like all shops are closed, all schools are closed for just a week in a year, and then just let the world figure some stuff out and clear some stuff.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that would be pretty nice.
I'm gonna add more to that when it's my turn. But Skylar, you have the floor right now.
First of all, I'd rather people overreact than underreact. You'll remember if you weren't prepared for something. You when people underreact, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's nothing." I'd rather have people say, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna poop my pants if I don't get all this toilet paper." Then
Okay.
say, "Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing." Then say it's nothing. Then say it's nothing, and then all of a sudden it turns into something huge, which
I agree with that too, actually.
could go down. And what you said, Mondo, I mean, yes, it's a good idea to take off a week, but you got to think about the economy itself. Like, if you take a week off all businesses, that'll just drain.
Do people
Well,
my
like
thing,
even right now too, like just like less people. Like imagine no one. I could
I
see
also like the fact that there's less people out there because there's more tables I can lick. So I can lick any food court table I want.
Fair enough.
that. That's probably still not a good idea, but I mean, go ahead.
I mean, I've tasted mustard,
Okay. I'm gonna
ketchup,
butt in.
a little bit of Corona.
I'm gonna butt in just
Oh,
for the
gosh.
sake of time right now. Okay, so I think I agree with Mondo how you said a week off. Yes, obviously it would affect the economy really horribly. I understand that, but there is a reason why there's like business insurances. You know what I mean? There's reasons why they advise people to invest in that. And I understand not everyone's fortunate enough to do that because obviously because some businesses are day-to-day revenue, and I get that completely. But there's obviously there's a bill being passed. It passed through the House. Now it's I think the Senate just passed it. Trump has to sign it. Where every American adult will get a
I
check
think I know
for
this one.
$1,000.
Hey,
Exactly.
wait, quick question
Yeah.
about that. So what if, okay, I work part-time.
Yeah, me too.
Will
Me too.
I still
Yeah.
get a check?
I have the same question. I would have to read into that. I think that's something I'd rather just
I
see
also
the
have a
results of.
I also have a question. If I'm on food stamps, will I get that $1,000?
No, but that's an honest question that I would love to read into. Yet the bill hasn't been signed, because the Senate could have adjusted
Also,
a little
hold on,
bit.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
That is also dumb because where are you going to pull that $1,000 out? The taxes that we pay.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, will
Yeah.
that come out
So-
of our own paycheck?
No, it's definitely coming out of your paychecks. They take that
Dude,
$1,000 and then they're
you
going to
know
give it back to you, and guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to be like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Donald Trump is not gonna
That's awesome.
oh, we'll take this small percentage from our U.S. military. Yeah, no, he ain't doing that.
Okay, but you also have to. Okay, what I think. Well, the $1,000, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on this, but I believe.
Oh yeah,
it's
that
supposed-
$1,000 is going to help me pay my $3,000 house plus its car and insurance and other stuff that I have, other bills that I have to pay. That $1,000 is going to help real quick.
Why do you have a
Yeah.
$3,000 house? Why? If you're rolling like that, then I don't think this should be pretty much an issue.
It's not
Why
my house.
are you in
It's not my house.
quarantine?
It's just people themselves.
Yeah, I
People
understand.
themselves
I
have to pay
understand. But you also have
bills.
to understand, if
How
it's
is
a
that gonna help
$3,000 house, that means you should have some security. And if you don't,
Yes, they
then
do.
obviously I
Okay,
apologize.
that was
Or finances right there.
Okay,
You don't have
$3,000 was good.
money after that.
But people living paycheck to paycheck is going to use $1,000 to help pay. You know, a
Well,
lot of them have kids. I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of them do have kids.
But the
Yeah,
$1,000 is
A lot of
supposed
them have
to
kids.
help.
How are you going to pay for
I
how
don't
long
know.
though? Like just
For a week, I think-
$1,000 a week, $1,000 a week.
No,
Hold
listen,
on, hold
listen,
on.
listen.
I
Hold
have-
on, hold on. I think
Okay,
it's
okay.
supposed to be enough to help. with the
$1,000 a
corn-
week. If you get
No,
$1,000 a week,
no,
you're
no,
already
no,
speaking.
no,
My
no.
goodness.
Let me talk. man.
Hold on.
That's pretty crazy.
Sorry, we're on
Right.
this conversation now, Caesar.
Okay, hold on. Let me just
Okay,
finish.
okay.
Let me finish this quote.
You lost control, Caesar.
Let me finish this
It's done. It's a done deal
Okay,
now.
go ahead, Caesar.
Okay,
go ahead.
no, but look.
I
Obviously,
didn't know this was Fox News.
obviously. Stop! Don't do that. Okay.
CNN News Corporation, where you have to cut me off. I only got 3 minutes to talk. Well, free college, free healthcare, no Canadian.
Nah, you got 45 seconds. You can't say nothing bad or anything that we don't want you to say. Now, what are we gonna do?
No, but look. Obviously, I don't know all the specs. I'm just bringing it up as a topic. I'm glad you guys have insight on it. I'm glad you guys insight on it, but
We're asking you.
Obviously-
$1,000 isn't going to help people.
I believe it's just to help with the quarantine purchases. Obviously, we're running low on that, and obviously they want to like give more of that. But I think it's supposed
Why
to
don't
help.
they just give us all toilet paper?
Hey, that $1,000.
You're right. You're right. What government? Why don't you just give us all toilet paper? Give us all a little bit of perishable
communist.
food.
This isn't communist Russia, bro. This isn't communist
Oh,
China.
nah, see,
We're
that's
not a
exactly
communist.
what you are.
Or this is capitalism.
Oh,
Hey, y'all get
American capitalism.
$1,000
Nothing given for free. You earn it.
Okay.
Earn it, you're right.
That
Okay.
$1,000 ain't gonna get you nowhere when people start looting.
That, well,
No,
We mean well.
No, look. The
You're
part.
When people start looting,
The whole
then the $1,000 ain't gonna be the darn thing.
Look, I think the
hey,
point.
you know how you
$1,000.
stop looting? You know how you stop looting? You just start coughing. Just start coughing. Just say, hey, give me all your stuff. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's get out of here. Get out of this house.
That was
Get out.
aggressive. That was aggressive.
I saw a video on YouTube where this old lady, she's buying like something at the gas station. Some dude was coughing. She just left her money at the
Yeah,
table.
I saw that one.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
also saw
okay.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna end the segment right now. Basically.
Wait, hold on. No, I have
Okay.
something else.
Okay. Alright, look, this is fine. Because we're about to hit the 30-minute mark, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with this. It's the first
It's
segment.
fine.
We're
We don't
about
need
to
to
hit
time this.
talking.
We're good.
We're just talking.
I know.
We're not even
but-
talking about one segment anymore. We're talking about looting. We're talking about,
I know,
how
but-
$1,000 ain't gonna pay.
Okay, Mondo, go ahead.
Okay.
Mondo, go ahead.
Toilet
Who's
paper.
Who's that one dude who was running for president? The really rich dude.
Oh, he's not running
Yeah,
anymore.
I
He spent.
I know.
He
He
spent
ran-
so
he ran out of
much
money.
money.
What
You know
is
what?
his that?
Doesn't-
What's his name? What's his name?
Mike
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg.
Yeah, Bloomberg. There you go. Okay, he
You know how
spent
bad. You know how.
500 He spent $500 million on ads to
Yes.
to.
And
bring up-
guess what? He gave up halfway.
Yes. Okay. Look at this. He spent $500 million in a country that has 327 million people. Do you understand?
This country has. Hold on.
Yeah, that means everyone gets $1.50 if you split it even.
First of all, like I said earlier, this isn't communist. We're not
500.
communists. We're not communists.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're
you
not
said
We
that
fight for the
earlier.
red.
But yeah,
Fight
Okay,
for the
but
red,
what-
white, and blue.
I get what
Okay,
you're.
what if
Okay,
he
okay,
gave? What if he gave everyone $1 million? He's like, hey, just like a little nudge, like
that doesn't add
vote
up.
for me.
Oh yeah, let me give you $1 million, and then I'll just bend over, and after that you just right at me, okay? No, that's basically that's no.
No, see, if you really divide it up correctly, he would have only gave everyone $1.50. Like I've heard.
Also,
this argument
you know
before.
those ads were negative. Every
Yep.
time I see an ad towards those people, like, oh, vote Mike Bloomberg, I tend to hate him. I don't like all those.
Because
all
he
those
was
ads,
everywhere.
all those-
Just
all
like
the ads I would see of
Cinema.
Mike Bloomberg.
He was
Yes,
everywhere.
I was Martha McSally.
If you just because you buy a bunch of ads everywhere doesn't mean they're gonna like you. I'm gonna hate you, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do hate you after that.
But okay, but we also
you think
have
I
to
want to?
understand.
You think I want to watch top 10 superheroes and then see Mike Bloomberg? I don't want to see that. I don't
I
want to see
understand
that.
the completely.
I just want to see top 10 Batman villains taken down.
Top 10 Batman
You know, it's annoying. It's annoying. I don't want to see Mike Bloomberg on there when I just want to watch Star Wars. It's dumb. I don't want to listen to my music. Oh, Mike Bloomberg, la la la. It was actually negative. I actually wanted to vote for somebody else. I would vote for Trump if I keep seeing Bloomberg videos. Same with any other senator. If a senator puts up a bunch of YouTube ads on just anywhere or any ads
Martha
anywhere,
McSally.
I get yeah. No. It wasn't Martha McSally. They were going against Martha McSally. They kept showing that ad so many times that I actually liked her. I'd vote for her again. I didn't vote for her, but I would vote for her twice. It's annoying. Those ads don't help anyone. They actually just push me backwards.
Okay,
I hate them. I hate them.
So
much.
your words to the government: don't do too much.
No, it's not the
advertising.
government. It's not the government.
Okay,
the
words to candidates that are
words
running.
to anybody who's trying to run. Don't put
Yes.
stupid ads everywhere and thinking that it's going to help you. It's not. I hate you. Goodbye.
Okay, so
I'll never vote for you. Unless you start doing something funny, then yeah, maybe I'll do it. But it's only for the old, it's only for the old people that forget their names. Like, what is that name again? Oh, it's Mike Bloomberg. Like, I don't know how to help him. How can I vote for him? And like, oh look, watch a YouTube video. There he is. It's only for those people. It's only for those people.
Exactly. You get that completely right. Yeah.
As a young person, if you hear something multiple times, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, shut up. I don't like it.
Fair enough.
Old people,
like
they kind of need the repetition.
We're like Snapchat. We only have a attention span of 7.
And I hate
7
Snapchat.
seconds,
I don't have anything. It's annoying. That's dumb too. I don't like people use Snapchat. That's another time.
That's another topic. Okay.
I don't use the Snapchat either. But what I'm saying is, people see things over and over, and they're like,
so they need just a bunch of 10-second clips of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that do that though.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. I want to go to the next segment because we are hitting the 33-minute mark right now. Okay, like you said earlier, like you kind of hinted towards Skylar about touching home microphone stuff. Okay, so obviously Rudy Gobert was the start of sports being canceled due to the epidemic of the coronavirus. He was kind of the start because the NBA.
Was it fully his fault?
He just happened to have it. It was
I know, but that was the start when he tested positive.
I mean,
when he had tested positive, that's when the NBA had decided we're gonna suspend the games of the NBA. We're gonna suspend the whole season as of right now because he tested positive, and obviously there's a ripple effect. If he gets one guy infected,
wasn't he the one that rubbed his hands all over the mics?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Rudy Gobert.
Okay, first of all,
hold on. Let me get this done. Let me get the topic down. Let me say the topic, and you guys get. I'll go to you first, Skylar, because you're the last one last time. So obviously, Rudy Gobert was the first person that tested positive for it, and then right after that, they want to avoid.
That we know of.
Yeah, yes. No. There's multiple that have been tested.
He just
positive.
made it public.
Hold on. Yes, he made it public. Let me finish. Hold on. I'm going to continue. I'll give it to you right away. So, Rudy Gobert was the first one, obviously, in that whole big thing. So, they suspended the season and then so did multiple different, our American sports. As in hockey. Right after hockey, it was,
football.
Football.
Hold on. Did you just say American sports and then you said hockey?
Hold on. I'm American. Hold on.
You might as well have said soccer. That doesn't make sense either.
I meant as in the National Hockey League.
Did you mean rugby?
The NHL.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. The NHL canceled. I'm going in order right now. Hold on. The NHL.
What are you going to say next? Cricket?
Okay, hold on.
Maybe golf. That makes sense.
Hold on, let me speak. I'm almost done introducing the topic. Hold on. So the NHL was the second one to react.
Hockey?
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my God.
Maybe North American up in there, Minnesota, and Wisconsin.
Okay.
Not down here in the South.
Okay.
God.
So hockey was the second
Air
one to
wrestling.
react. If I could finish, hockey was the second league to react, and then came golf, and then the NCAA March Madness was canceled in general, just canceled.
That's what I
But
feel more
then
devastated.
continuing, the NBA, more players got tested. The Nets got tested, and 3 players got positive. But the another face for the coronavirus sports is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was earlier on this week confirmed to have the coronavirus. So,
Wasn't it
Skylar,
like
obviously,
yesterday?
you have a lot to speak about it.
Okay,
Obviously, go
well,
ahead.
first of all, hockey. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
You know,
Look.
several American sports: basketball, hockey, cricket. You know,
Well, okay, in my defense,
Wicketball.
football season is in free agency.
I
right
know.
now.
I can't believe football got canceled, man. It's
Football
crazy.
hasn't got canceled.
I
Football
think
has
it got
not been
canceled since
suspended or
February.
canceled. Oh
I
my
think
God!
February is when it stopped or something like that. It's
Yeah, I know. They were the first
I can't
reaction.
believe they canceled it. Yeah, they were the first ones, man. I feel.
First ones to go.
I respect the NFL for that. I respect. They knew about the virus before everybody else, so they got their.
Oh my God, dog.
They got their kid. They got their championship done with, and my Kansas City Chiefs took it all the way.
Okay. We know you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but continue
Okay.
on with the coronavirus and sports cancellation.
So, like I said, Rudy Gobert. I only saw the video once of him touching the mics. He didn't touch his face. I mean, do you think he didn't go and wash his? I mean, if he touched his face, and then I think, but I don't think Rudy Gobert is the first one. He's just the first one publicly.
Okay, fair enough.
And
yeah.
I don't think it's his fault. I just feel like everybody's gonna blame him for it because he's the first public person that had it. I feel bad for him, but then again, I heard about the locker room stuff where he would touch people's stuff, and I'm like, okay, now
Yeah,
you
it should
kind
be
of deserve
noted,
that. You
Donovan
kind of
Mitchell-
deserve for touching everybody's stuff, saying, it doesn't matter.
It should be noted that Donovan Mitchell I believe, was the only one that tested positive as his teammate to be positive for the coronavirus.
That
Okay,
must say
continue.
something, man.
Go ahead,
I
continue.
don't know how they spread it, but I think touching the mouth. Yeah. Then again, okay, New York, Brooklyn Nets. That stuff right there. They're in New York. That's dirty. I mean, it's known to be dirty, and I don't think people wash their hands over there. Nasties. So obviously you're gonna spread diseases over there. It just happens. They're in New York.
Isn't New York on lockdown right now, or no?
New York is. I don't want to say
okay.
it, but it's a disgusting piece of.
Yeah.
It's dirt.
It's a melting.
And people are fine with it. It's fine. But that's what happens when you're fine with being dirty. You get sick.
Yeah.
And then you run out of toilet paper, and then you start touching microphones and other stuff.
Okay, hold on. Let's gotta finish. Skylar, whenever you finish, go ahead and pass it to Dallas.
That was it. I'm not passing it. Nobody, you talk when you talk.
Okay, Dallas, go ahead. I just want to have somewhat of a structure. Dallas, go ahead.
And another thing. I'm just kidding.
I just didn't think it was cool that dude touched all the mics.
Why though?
I mean,
That's fine.
that's bioterrorism right there.
Oh my God. Oh, explain. Hold on. I want him to defend himself before we jump on him.
Might as well call himself freaking ISIS or whatever. What is it?
In all seriousness, though.
Bin Laden. Might as well call him Bin Laden.
But
I didn't see any planes, so I mean I don't know how that is.
Hey, well,
But first of all,
hands
how
are
is
the
it
new planes.
how is it bioterrorism? Unless he touched the mics and then as soon as he's walking out, he touched the bodyguard's face. Then that's pretty screwed up. But I think he touched the microphones and then I think he just touched himself.
I think he was a great example.
No pun intended.
I think Rudy Gobert was a great example of people who were uneducated about it and people who didn't take it serious. Because at first, let's be honest, us as in the generation with memes and social media, we were just making fun of it, and then it really didn't
Still
hit.
kind of are.
Still making fun of it.
Yeah, we're still making fun of it, but you know what I mean. Like at least people are taking precautions nowadays, and like we still
if
make
it's like
memes.
nuclear fallout, I'd still be making fun of it. If they start just blowing up the place, I'd still be
dude,
mad.
my neighbor got a
funny.
third arm.
Bro, that's crazy.
And it's between his legs. That's crazy.
Oh,
I don't see any
dang.
I don't see any radiation. Why are you naked?
Okay, Mondo, get your input in this.
Huh?
Just get your input into this. How
I don't
coronavirus
have
is
much.
affecting the sports.
Yeah, this is a weak topic.
This is-
topic.
this is-
There's
Yeah,
not
because
We'll
you
go
know,
off
no,
the
no
topic.
real sports are being affected
Okay.
besides basketball. I understand basketball, but no real.
Yeah.
Well, also, we have to also think about LeBron James.
Oh my
was-
goodness, Raw! WWE's getting canceled. Oh my goodness, I
Oh,
never
no.
liked
it's
Carly's
not.
it.
devastated.
No, it's
Carly
not.
is
No,
devastated.
it's not. No, it's not.
It's
WWE
not!
No. Because guess
No,
what?
I hope-
Guys, hold
you know
on.
what?
Hold on. I
I
got a
hope they
sponsor
all
read.
get
I got to
sick.
read a sponsor real quick.
I hope,
Okay.
I hope they all get sick.
Hold on. I got a sponsor. I got to
Touching
read.
up on
I
each
got an
other,
ad read.
oily.
I have an ad read. Hold on.
Oily.
All right. Hold on. I have an ad read.
Well, underwear.
They slide through the entrance like a
Hold
slip
on.
and slide.
Hold on.
It's wrestling porn.
Wait,
man.
guys, we have a
Jesus
viewer.
Christ.
Guys, we have a viewer. We actually have a
Softcore
viewer.
porn. Who is this viewer?
I don't know.
Okay, it didn't matter
Hey,
before.
he's not stopping our conversation. He or she
Just
it
keep
is not
on
stopping
going.
our conversation.
Yeah, we keep
Okay,
talking.
why did it
stop?
Okay, hold on. Okay, I have an ad read to do. I have an ad read.
Ad reads? We don't
Okay.
even have one.
Guys, this Friday
Ad
night,
read? What?
SmackDown. This Friday night, SmackDown is gonna have one of the all-time greats in the NFL join them as a WWE superstar, and that is Rob Gronkowski. Tune in tomorrow night,
what?
8/7
Dude,
Central.
the Super
Rob
Bowl
Gronkowski
champion?
on Friday night SmackDown.
All-star tight end Rob Gronkowski?
Yup, Rob Gronkowski is gonna be on Friday night SmackDown tomorrow.
Gronkowski?
Is it really?
Yeah, he really is. I'm being
U
dead
of A
Wow.
graduate Rob Gronk. Actually, I don't know if he
Yeah,
graduated.
he is a
U
U
of
of A
A,
graduate.
I think
U of A
so.
football player Rob Gronkowski?
Is going to be on WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Yes,
Is
it
he wrestling?
Yes, I believe so.
No, he's going to be there commentating.
Hey, he should wrestle The Rock.
No, it
No,
says
he should wrestle Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What is old
okay.
ass
No,
knees?
but
No.
hey, I bet he can still whoop on somebody.
he probably
I
can.
mean, yeah, he can.
Gronkowski is he was the biggest, most aggressive tight end we've seen in NFL history that can score but also block very well. So I'm proud of him. He's a U of A alumni. Probably just played there for 2 years, but whatever. Obviously, that's gonna be a great thing. Okay, now back to the topic. Obviously, not everyone's enjoying the topic, but let's be honest.
I want to
like-
go back to let's go back to the supplies. I just want to talk about the face mask and how those are for your use if you're sick. It doesn't prevent any diseases from coming into you. You can wear that stupid ass mask all you want. You're gonna get it.
Yeah, you'll still get it.
You still get it.
Well, the pink.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to go off on tangent.
That's
just
completely
talk about
fine.
that because
Okay.
that is those people wearing masks. Like, are you sick?
Okay.
That's the only reason why you should be wearing it.
Yeah, some dude at my work who works.
While you're punching an old lady for toilet paper wearing that stupid mask, I hope you get. You had better be sick.
He works the register and he's always wearing it.
Yeah, he has to understand that that doesn't do anything, buddy.
I don't know if he does or doesn't. I don't know.
Unless
A
he is
mask?
sick. Yes,
He's wearing
sick.
a mask.
He's not sick. Yeah, he doesn't cough.
Those don't prevent. It's just for you, so you don't
Yeah,
spread the germs.
it's so you don't touch your face. That's all it is.
Yeah. So wear goggles and then clean your goggles with your fingers and your eyes, and you're good.
Fair enough. Okay, so
Yeah, forget that.
hopping off a little bit of the idea of that. So, okay, the NBA. I want to go back into. I want to stay in sports for a bit. We can go to different leagues. I think.
Yeah,
Okay, so I want to start the
hockey.
NBA. So obviously, right? Oh my god. Okay, LeBron James was having a great year. So was Giannis. They're thinking suspending the season, but continue on. How do you think this is going to affect the playoffs of the NBA?
I was thinking about that too. Honestly, I think for some it might give them time to train, but then again, they don't want to train in the.
Okay,
very
I should know.
compact thing.
I think a week
Yeah, I
or
don't
two
know.
ago, they suspended the access for NBA teams to their gyms. They just want them quarantined now.
Well, most of them have enough money to buy their own gym, so I think they got their own.
Fair enough. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think for some it could help like the unknown people, it can help them train more. If they're gonna decide to train, they can get better and better. And for others, I think if they think they're too good, they might just say, it's whatever, free, vacation, and that might actually screw up their game. But I feel like most of them are, have that mentality of, I have a break, I have to just start working. I mean, that's the reason why they got into the NBA in the first place, is they work. Doesn't matter on their days off. So. For some, it'll work, hopefully. For most of it, for some people, I feel like it gives them a chance to work harder and become a household name. For others, I feel like...
We're talking about practice?
I don't know, but I'm just saying it gives them a chance.
Okay.
Hold on, one thing about that, I want to sort of get off topic. Like, what about the people who are expecting to graduate this year?
Okay, so there's this thing called Minecraft, right?
He's talking about the Koreans. He's talking about the Koreans.
So they hire people to create stages of whatever they want. They can graduate in I don't know, Hogwarts if they want to.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay, we're getting a little off topic.
It does. Let's just go on that topic. How are they going to? I feel like that does suck. That's suck. Everyone's gonna have a gas mask.
And the era we live in, right? They are in spring break, so obviously they're taking it day to day.
Well, it was last week. I feel like it was supposed to be last week.
No. Theirs started this week.
Well, it's all different for everyone.
In America.
Yeah, we're in America.
We do things right.
Okay, but no, seriously. Like in general, I feel like Edgenuity will probably have to come in effect. Which is sad because that will affect some GPAs differently if you're obviously taking AP and trying to get.
I know it's gonna affect mine. I didn't do an essay that was due about 2 weeks ago, and I just decided spring break. Why do any homework? Hit my grade hard.
That was bad.
That's just expected. I haven't. They take forever to grade.
Yeah, that's true. So,
most likely.
So okay, so. The way that I think we should go throughout this podcast, since we kind of got off topic, let's just go back.
We bring up our own topic.
Just do it. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Okay. We never answered my question. How are they going to graduate?
I think how are they?
Let's finish. Let's get off the coronavirus topic for now. Okay. Now,
I thought we was on the NBA.
No. Hold on.
I'm much more interested in hockey.
Shut up! Is that gonna be like an oncoming theme now? Like hockey? No.
Do you know one hockey player? Because I don't know one hockey player.
Wayne Gretzky.
No,
I was gonna say one current hockey player because everyone knows Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, no,
I don't even know that.
Okay.
What is it? What is the trophy cup? What is the trophy called?
I know it.
Piston Cup.
Stanley Cup.
I know it's not, but
I didn't know you were talking about cars.
Oh, my bad.
Both of you. I told you, both of you.
Skylar.
No. So listen. Both of you said the imaginary racing trophy.
Cars. The Piston Cup.
The Piston Cup. Only two of us know. Mondo, what is it?
Two. It's the Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup.
That's what it was.
Okay, now I want
Wait, one
wow,
thing.
We love hockey, don't we? We know it.
Okay, I want to get into the NFL. Hold on,
hockey.
We're gonna have to let him go on with his laugh. He can't stop it.
Oh my!
This is why we use Joe Rogan on the
hockey. Oh man!
I don't even have hockey downloaded.
Hold on, Skylar. Earlier I was talking to Dallas and I was all like, "Hey, did you watch Bert Kreischer's special?"
Yeah, no, that's I know that.
And
but I've known the name.
then Dallas was all like, he was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, he's a comedian." He's like, "Oh, I was looking it up. I thought it was a car."
Bert Kreischer's special. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Caesar, let's switch it up.
Okay, I want to go into the NFL. So obviously there was big
Dude,
news.
I know. Cancel since
No,
February.
hold on. Let me talk.
You're right.
There was a big news that came up that I'm pretty sure everyone knows about, and it's all about TB12. Tom Brady is set to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, now, Mondo, I want to touch with you because I know you're the Patriot fan of all of us here. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel that the guy who was with you for 20 years, he was with you 20 years, and now he's going to Tampa Bay. I believe it's going to be a 3-year deal. I'm not quite sure, but he's going to
Look.
Tampa.
I'll tell you how I feel. I honestly don't really care.
Okay, but why don't you care? Why don't you care?
He's a bandwagon. He's a bandwagon.
Look at
Patriots for about a couple years, then they started losing.
I kind of started because they were doing good, but this was before they started winning a bunch of Super Bowls. So I could say that.
Okay.
Before the tens.
Yeah. So, but I like paying attention to individual players. Like, I like watching freaking what's his name? Ravens quarterback. Gosh,
Lamar Jackson.
Look, I like watching Lamar Jackson. He's just fun to watch.
Okay.
And that's just one. I don't know. It's just because how nimble he is as a quarterback. But what I'm saying is, I don't really care where he goes. As long as he still is doing good, I don't really care.
Hey, man.
As long as someone can put up a fun game to watch, then I'm down for it.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't switch to hockey.
Stop! We're not doing this. This better end after this podcast. I want to hear after this podcast is over. This better be just it. Okay, I'm gonna use
hockey.
I'm gonna use. Okay, shut up about hockey. Hurry up. Go.
Hey man, doesn't matter to me.
I know. Okay, not you personally.
The Patriots have screwed us from going to many Super Bowls. Didn't matter this year.
Yeah, that is.
Really didn't matter this year. It's fine. They went all the way. We win. It doesn't matter to me. If they have what he needs in Tampa Bay, I feel like he can pick it up.
Okay,
but I
think you guys are taking it too much to the personal standpoint. How do you think it's going to affect the league?
League? It doesn't matter where anybody goes.
Okay,
the league still makes money.
No, I mean in the game standpoint, result standpoint of teams. How do you think it will affect Tampa Bay and from him going from AFC?
That's what I was just saying. I just explained in my last. I said it doesn't. As long as they have what he needs, then it's fine. It probably won't be Super Bowl bound, but
they have Mike Evans.
When the season starts, we'll see what happens.
They have Mike Evans.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they have Chris Godwin.
Nobody knows until you see the season start. So
fair enough.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, like I was saying, as long as you can put on.
The Browns had a whole bunch of people, but
wait, okay, but you're kind of comparing Baker Mayfield to Tom Brady in the sense that.
Did I say Baker Mayfield? I just said they were stacked.
The quarterback
it takes 24 people.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Okay.
22 people.
I'm not gonna. Obviously, you guys have more experience.
22 people on that field.
Okay. Now, Dallas, your input.
Sure, one guy change it.
I think that, like out they were saying, you can't really tell till the season starts. Mm-hmm. I mean, and also that it don't matter where anybody goes, like that would say, because
yeah, as long as
that's just pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Okay, I mean, they pretty much are a guy thing.
Nobody really has anything like nothing special. It's just Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but it's also trades happen.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Joe
Montana was one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He wanted to trade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
But one thing about Tom Brady, my brother was saying that him and Bill Belichick, like really, they bump heads a lot, and he feels like Tom Brady wants to leave because people always say like, Tom Brady's nothing without Bill, or Bill's nothing without Tom Brady. But so he feels like Tom Brady wants to prove it. That's why he's leaving.
Well,
yeah, but Tampa Bay, I feel
no.
like that's.
The main reason why, okay, and I know this guy's going to disagree with me because we've spoken on this before, but one of the main motives for Tom Brady was that he did take pay cuts in order for the team to get bigger players. He did.
Yeah, that's good. That's what most quarterbacks would do. That's smart.
Wait,
No,
take
no.
what?
Let's talk about. Let's see. Been a lot of players like Matt Ryan became, Jared Goff became the highest paid. Carson Wentz became the highest paid. Although the smart quarterbacks, I believe, will take pay cuts. It is very dangerous if you get injured. Because look at Jared Goff. His signing was big, but he was only guaranteed. I know to us it seems like a lot of money, but in the quarterback standard, he's only going to get a guaranteed $50 million. And I know that's a lot. Don't get me wrong. I know that's a lot. But in a state that 85% state tax is at, I think quarterbacks like Jared Goff, I understand why they're signing it. You know how Dak Prescott still wants big money. I understand you have to get the money that you want. I think Tom Brady was smart about Super Bowls, but there's a reason why people get their money when they can. It's also because of injuries. Because you're not guaranteed to have as long as a career as Tom Brady. Tom Brady was in the league for 20 years, and he did tremendously good. And he wasn't even, obviously, no one thought this was going to be Tom Brady's career. I mean, he was like the 199th pick. No one thought this would even come out of him.
Yeah, he definitely was not first.
So, Tom Brady's obviously one of a kind. I think him moving to Tampa is a huge deal for the NFL. Because now New England, what's New England now? Are they still a trending team? Who's your quarterback?
Yeah, I wonder who's going to be the quarterback.
Who's your starting quarterback now? And then now if you think about it, everyone was talking about him going to LA Chargers. That's a big city. That would have made a lot of money. But all of a sudden now you're in Tampa Bay, Florida, and now all of a sudden now that's a big, like, they're going to sell a lot of tickets just for having the name Tom Brady. So I think this is a huge thing for the NFL. And obviously he's going to face Drew Brees twice a year, Matt Ryan twice a year, and then I believe Teddy Bridgewater in the Carolina Panthers twice a year. And I just think it's going to be hugely impacted on the revenue of the teams, obviously, and as well as the NFL from Florida and Boston. Boston's a bigger market than Florida. I think it impacts them a little bit financially just because of who's going to get there and travel. But another thing as well, I think he's going to make that team way better. Because I don't know if you guys know Bruce Arians, but Bruce Arians as a head coach is one of the greatest quarterback gurus ever to be in the league. This man made Carson Palmer in Arizona make a playoff run. This man was I believe he was with Tom Brady in that crew in the Patriots, you know? And it's going to be such a switch because we all know Bill Belichick is such a quiet man, and he's always just like treats the number 53 player and the number 1 player of that team the same. Bruce Arians, it's more of a chill guy. You know how he dresses with shorts, khakis. The man's so fluid. He's going to give Tom Brady more control of the offense. I think it's such a big move. And as well as with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and I just think it's going to make a big impact on the playoffs. Obviously, they signed the CBA that's 17 games, I believe, next season, and 7 teams from each conference go to the playoffs, so 14 teams in general make it. So I don't even think they have to win that much just to get in the playoffs anymore. So I think it's going to impact the league a lot, especially with how the 7 seeds is going. I think Tom Brady...
One man getting traded isn't going to affect the whole league. One man touching microphones is definitely going to affect the whole league. But one man getting traded, it's not. One man getting traded is not. To me, it's not going to affect the league. It doesn't affect the league.
No,
it'll affect the team itself.
Yeah, I would just like to see where
we're selling
it goes.
Tom Brady jerseys now, but the league is a stretch. It's a stretch.
Okay. I mean, not financially, obviously. Obviously, the Super Bowl is probably the biggest thing. But another thing I would like to add is that he did go to Tampa Bay. And another thing to know is that the Super Bowl of next year is going to be in Tampa Bay, Florida. So if they go all the way with Tom Brady, because they have good offense, he's going to practically have home field advantage. So that would be another interesting thing to see as the season pans out. Like you guys said, I totally agree. So we won't know until the season starts. Obviously, everyone's moving everywhere.
So you're more talking about Tom Brady and his team rather than the league itself.
Like, I mean, I really do think it affects the league a little bit because it just...
I don't know how... I don't understand what.
And the sense of, like, okay, look, we know that the Patriots are like this. This is the Patriots. The dynasty is over. Think about that.
Do you mean?
Okay,
you
first of
mean
all,
like
it was over a while ago. I mean, it's a great dynasty, but dynasties end. That's the thing.
once Gronkowski left, then it was like
Yeah, okay, I could agree with that.
Pretty much.
I could agree with that. But when are we ever gonna see a span like this again, where a team is so dominant?
In maybe in future years. When,
Okay, yes, I understand that.
The
But
game continues. Hey, what's that thing Dallas always says, man? Dallas, what do you keep saying, man? Just say it right now.
I hate to play, I hate the game.
Oh, god damn. Whatever, you might players change.
All the players change with the game.
I
The
just
players
remains
change,
the
but the
same.
game remains the same.
Exactly.
okay,
So
exactly.
it doesn't. The players change, the game remains the same. So
But I mean,
one guy. Yes, he can change the league, but he's not gonna change the league.
What about Lamar Jackson? Do you know how
Yeah.
crazy that
If
is?
he gets traded, doesn't matter. It's
No,
not
no.
gonna affect the whole league.
Here's
It's
the
just gonna
thing.
affect
Here's
the
the thing.
teams. It affects the teams. I don't understand how you see it. One man affecting the whole thing.
And then freaking Patrick Mahomes.
Is it Roger
just
Goodell?
getting
Unless he
better.
just starts saying you guys are allowed to take kneel during the anthem, then yeah, it's fine. That's gonna affect the whole league. But it's gonna affect the team. It's gonna affect teams in general, not the whole league.
okay.
Yeah, it is
I'll
the
take
team.
that.
But
I'll
the
take
the
that.
one thing it will change though is just the competition.
Yeah.
Like the
It mixes
different
things up.
quarterbacks going up
You
against
don't-
different quarterbacks.
You
Yeah,
won't see the same
just
two
mixes
teams
things
in,
up.
in the Super Bowl. I mean, some people, if your team is
But-
the team that keeps going to the Super Bowl, yeah, you'd like to see it. But
Here's an interesting thing. Now we can see Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. That's an option now.
That'd be
That's a
you
possibility.
could have we
pretty
saw
crazy thing.
see them in the AFC Championship. which is still-
I mean, we did, and Tom Brady obviously won that matchup, barely by the skin of his teeth, but he did win that matchup.
Oh, they did stupid. We didn't have a defense. Okay, let me tell you that we didn't have a defense. Everybody was tired. We had a timeout. Didn't take it. I can still remember that game. Disappointing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. One man doesn't affect the whole league.
Okay, I'll take that answer. But I really do think it's gonna shake up the competition, like you guys said. I think it makes the league
That's fine.
more
And that's
interesting.
fine. It makes it interesting. But
Exactly.
Yeah, it brings the interest back, you know.
Yeah,
yeah, people are gonna
because
actually start watching.
yeah, because before it was just okay. So now they have
Yeah.
like, they might-
Patriots won again. That's what it was.
yeah. Now
hard to
Bill
predict.
Belichick is by himself. He has to figure that out, and that's gonna be very.
Yeah.
No, well, he's not. But remember, he's just a coach. He's a good coach. I think.
Yeah,
he can
he's
take
one of the
any-
greatest.
He can
But
take
I-
any quarterback.
but here's
Jimmy
the-
Garoppolo wasn't he? He was their backup, and then he took his team to the Super Bowl. They didn't win. I mean, yeah, but still, he's a good quarterback. He can find good quarterbacks and he can change them.
Here's
It's
the
fine.
thing I want to say though. Garoppolo was a good, I think a good game manager, but they would have won the Super Bowl if he was able to get that throw to Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders was open. He overthrew him about 5 to 7 yards. He overthrew him in the end zone. Clearly, Kansas City broke coverage, and Emmanuel Sanders was right there, and Jim Garoppolo just somehow overthrew him. I really think that's the difference between the greats and the goods. Like, be great at the game, you gotta make that pass, you probably win the Super Bowl. Obviously, there's a reason why he's a good quarterback and not a great. You know what I mean?
He's good enough to take it to the Super Bowl.
It was mostly the running back. I want to say it was
There's
mostly
a
the running
bunch.
back.
There's a bunch of great teams. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of great quarterbacks.
But I'm talking about straight up quarterbacks. I'm not talking about any other position but the quarterback position. I don't think I think Jimmy Garoppolo can take that step, but it's gonna take a while, just because I haven't seen enough of him to the point where I believe he's gonna make those throws consistently. Because in the NFC Championship game, he only threw the ball 10 times against my Green Bay Packers. He only threw it 10 times. And yes, that was good enough to get there. Okay. But when you come to a defense like the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to make those crucial plays. You know what I mean? You have to. Obviously, one play doesn't define the whole game, but I really do think that would have been a great moment that would have helped solidify his legacy, win or lose. Now no one's gonna remember that he missed that throw. Everyone's gonna remember Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs coming back. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
Winners make history. Winners
Exactly.
make history.
exactly what I'm trying to say. And obviously, I can't compare him to Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is out of this fucking world. Sorry for cussing, but he's out of this world in the sense of no one's doing it
cuss
like
it out.
him. No one's doing the game like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes puts the whole. Literally, he is the face of the league now. And he makes Aaron Rodgers look outdated. And Aaron Rodgers had a good season. He makes Tom Brady look outdated. He makes the greatest of all time we've ever seen. And he was doing really good. They're a 12-4 team. He made a 12-4 team look outdated. And Lamar Jackson is showing why you need mobile quarterbacks. And it just shows when you have a mobile quarterback that has a cannon of arm, which is Patrick Mahomes, it's like he's the new future. And I just think, in the sense,
when you also have receivers like Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, and a tight end like Travis Kelce, who's been there since who knows.
Okay, but you have
you're gonna you also have to have great. It's crazy.
Yeah, like, but you also
Tom Brady had Damian Amendola, Gronkowski, and
Wes Walker.
Yeah,
Wes Walker. Randy
the
Moss
guy
for a bit. He had Randy Moss for a bit.
No, Super Bowl wins.
No,
I'm talking about what's his name? The other one. Dang it.
Julian Edelman?
Yeah, Edelman, yeah. So he had all those guys. So you can't just have a quarterback. You have to have some people out there.
I know. I'm not going against that.
He just makes it look flawless. He just make it look flawless. He's just that good.
Exactly. So I think
we obviously found a topic that you love to talk about.
Well, yeah, I'm a sports talker. I can talk all day about sports, but that's not what we're gonna do here, obviously.
So we're gonna have to cut you off now.
Okay, yeah.
we're reaching our 50-minute mark right now.
No, it's already hour and 6-minute mark.
I'm gonna cut you off in an hour 6 minutes.
I only have like a limit. Like when we talk about sports, I can only get so far. And
yeah, Dallas Mondo. Dallas was silent for a little bit.
Yeah,
I tried to get him in here. Okay, so Dallas, bring up a topic you want to talk about, or Caesar, if you have one already on the list.
I mean, I do, but I
Next, go ahead, Caesar. I'm sorry.
All right. Did you guys hear the trailer for GTA 6?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know there is a trailer.
We'll save that for later.
You sent it.
We'll
sent it to it. Oh, okay.
No, he did send us. He sent us like a photo of people reacting.
Yeah, but because it barely came out, I believe, today. So, okay. So we'll talk about that next podcast. Is there anything you guys want to say? Like, I feel like the hour mark is fine. We could probably end it here if no one else wants to talk. I think we could end it here, or if you guys want to continue, I could look at more news.
So anybody has last words and something like that?
Yeah, do you guys want to finish it?
Dallas, you want to go ahead? And say?
Or last remarks?
Let the people worried.
Are we doing last remarks?
Any final remarks or anyone?
Okay, yeah. Dallas, any last remarks on this podcast?
Anything else? Oh no, we got the Twitter on. Twitter name is Chonches.
We got an Instagram. It's gonna be the same. It's not up yet, but
not yet. Yeah.
Probably next podcast. We'll figure it out.
I think we're gonna full send this. I'm very excited to see where this goes. I'm very excited. Like I said, 50 guaranteed podcasts. That's how much we're gonna guarantee do.
Just testing the waters.
Yeah, we're gonna test the waters. That's the limit. We're gonna see how we are in 50 podcasts. If we're
obviously,
good,
this is shaky as hell.
Yeah. This
one
is
iffy. One last word from me. I just want to say hockey.
What? Yeah, but no.
Pastime.
Oh my God.
Hockey.
No, but obviously, I enjoy this. I think we did pretty good. Obviously there was a lot of tension. Like no one's gonna understand the behind the scenes. I really think we need to do a series about that. Like how we prep up before games, not games.
This is for after.
This is for after? Okay, whatever.
Cut it off.
This is behind the scenes.
Okay. Hold on. I just want to say last remarks. All right, I'm gonna say my last remarks. We'll say goodbye.
Hockey.
Well, okay. So pretty much, I enjoyed this. I hope this goes pretty well. Obviously, plug in our Twitter and our IGs. Go ahead and follow there, and please subscribe to the channel. And I think how we're gonna.
You know what? Give us suggestions.
That's another thing. Send us questions.
Send some memes.
Send memes, questions, anything.
Videos.
Send anything to this Gmail. When this is edited,
No,
we'll put our
tweet
Gmail
it.
on the
Send it
screen.
to, put it, not,
Yeah,
not,
send to
yeah.
Twitter.
Send it to
Yeah,
anything
send it
we
to-
Yeah,
have.
Twitter.
Instagram,
Tweet us.
Snapchat,
Tweet us some-
OnlyFans.
Call me or text me on. I'm just playing.
Yeah, go match with Dallas on Tinder. Go match with Dallas on Tinder. He's on Tinder.
like our boy Dallas. Hashtag Thick Boy Nation. Hashtag Thick Boys for life. You know how it goes.
All right. I don't know how you guys want to end this, but I'm pretty sure
That's
this
it.
is where we're gonna
Yeah.
end it. How
Roddy,
No!
drop it.
All right. Good. All right. Bye. Bye.